I've got the sniffs. If you're on the live, you know exactly what it's from. It's definitely not what you guys think it's from.
It's from meth.
Woo! Oh, here we go.
Bloody like that.
I'm feeling spicy. Tony, mate.
Oh, yeah.
I've just lost a good hand of blackjack right there. We did it for the world's hottest chip.
Yeah.
We did it for the world's hottest chip. Played a hand. I was the dealer. We got Jackson here, by the way.
Yes.
Jackson and
yes,
Tony,
yes,
everyone.
yes.
Thanks
Hello,
for coming
everyone.
in, mate.
Thank you for bloody having me, gents. It's a bloody absolute privilege.
Let's see if I get this right. See if I remember my buttons. Oh, shit.
I knew.
It works. Ooh.
Yeah!
There we go.
That's a little cheeky.
I got to memorise it. I could just put signs on them, I guess. But yes, no, we played a quick hand of blackjack. I was the dealer versus these two boys, and they both beat me, and I had to eat the hot chip. I only did half, but it got me.
Oh, well, I was saying to Jackson, first of all, I never win in blackjack, but I got to 14. Jackson got to 14, although he 14, what was it? 14, if the S was worth 11. And I'm looking at his going, fuck, I hope I don't get 14. Because I know around 14 you meant either sit or depending on what the dealer's cards are, right? And then I got dealt 14.
I like to be a little bit risky. I like to just test it.
You would have hit it again.
Yeah, I probably would have.
I saw the dealer with a 3 and I thought, I just remember.
That is also very valid. If the dealer had a 3, then you do have to, I guess, take that into consideration.
So I gave you my picture card and you ate the chip. It was grateful.
The house never wins sometimes, eh?
Very grateful.
I've thought about trying to get like a bit of house money here. I don't know, how much would you need for house money to do some blackjack nights properly?
Isn't it illegal?
Is it?
No.
I mean, I'm not going to snitch.
Like,
Is it really?
It'll be pretend money.
Yeah, exactly. If it's pretend money,
It'll be
you're
like
good.
a board game.
Yeah. If it's pretend money, you're good.
And
I
how
think
much pretend house money would you need to play properly with 5 dudes here, do you reckon?
Got a couple of thousand.
No.
I was going to start with $100
3
each.
hands, you'd be losing it all. If people start putting $200 hands
Oh, it depends what kind of size bets people are doing. If people are doing, $100, $200 per like fucking game minimum, then yeah, maybe 10 grand.
Well, I guess instead of a minimum bet, table bet, you could do a maximum bet. So it's like $50 max.
Oh, yeah, if it's $50 max, that'll last a while.
Okay.
Yeah, so 10 grand. 10 grand would get you a long way.
Yeah, definitely.
And you'd hopefully just see a profit in Monopoly money.
Like Jack said, you want longevity in the night, and you don't want to create enemies. You best mate become your worst enemy by the end of the night. Take his life savings.
I'm all for it. If you became my worst enemy by tonight, I'd be all for it.
I'll still turn up in my ride mower and give you the shits.
Anyway, thanks for coming in, Jackson, mate.
Mate, it's an absolute bloody honour. Thanks for having me.
I feel like I haven't seen you in a very long time. The last time I saw you was probably 5-6 months ago.
Yeah, but before that, it'd probably been a couple of years. Once in a few years.
Well, what's been happening your way? You've been trotting the globe again lately.
Yeah, got cracking on the start of the year with a few travels. Went off to India for just for a week, then Dubai, then South Africa. Now back here. But yeah, that's kind of a bit of part of my plan for the year. I want to get into a bit of traveling and I don't want to be doing huge trips, what I mean, like months at a time like I have over the years. I think get in and out within a week or two, hit the ground running, go hard, get home. India was fucking cool, like very cool.
Was there something you were in India for or just a trip there? For nothing?
Funnily enough, there's been a few countries I never really... It's not that I didn't like them. There was just countries I never thought I'd go to, you know what I mean? I never really was like, oh, I really want to go to India, or oh, I want to go here. It's like... But me and Kristen just decided it would be great for content. We've got a big fan base there, you know what I mean? Indian people are cool. They love cricket. They like a lot of shit that we like. And I thought, fuck it, let's just go to India. And we reached out to a couple of guys there, part of a company. They showed us around, took us on a really good time. The people were friendly. The food was amazing. We didn't get sick.
I was about to ask, did you get sick at all?
Not at all, mate. The amount of myths around India, like that I experienced.
Was that amount of meth?
Yeah, amount of meth. No,
yeah,
myths.
keeps you good.
Like, people always say it smells bad and the food will make you sick and it's this. But it's like, nah, like, out of the week I was there was like 1 or 2 areas that smelt a bit weird. But I mean, fuck, man, you go to Bali, Thailand.
Yeah.
Any third world country is going to have areas that have got a bit of a smell to it. It's not the end of the world. And to mention, like, the authentic Indian food that we ate was phenomenal. 10 out of 10. Didn't get us sick. It was.
Do you like any spice?
I don't mind, like, kind of mild to medium I can do. I don't like it when it's fuck hot, you know what I mean?
What was the best dish you had over there? Butter chicken.
Yeah, like... Yeah.
Butter chicken isn't even... They wouldn't even know what butter chicken is.
But they make, like, the really nice little naan bread balls, like, with garlic and cheese, like what they do here, but it's just...
Do you find the quality is better?
Way better.
And I say that because Mexican food over here is not like Mexican food in LA.
No, fuck
right?
no.
Yeah.
But even Mexican food in LA is not like Mexican food in Mexico, you know? Like traditional, authentic foods in them countries. Like go to China, their Chinese food there is so good compared to the Chinese food in Oz or America. You know, like people will look at pictures or posters of Mexican food in America and go, this is shit compared to Mexican food in Mexico. Like the way they make it, they just know what they're doing.
It's kind of illegal in
exactly in the 7 states. And but yeah, no, India was fucking 10 out of 10. Like it was fun, it was funny, the food was good. Like I did shit a lot more than usual, but I wasn't like sick. I just think like putting a lot of different spices in foods. Like we were eating curries for breakfast and like, but nah, mate, it was awesome. Got some really good content, got to have some cool experiences and yeah.
How do you get a bit? Because do many speak English over there? They wouldn't.
A fair few.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, a fair few, man. Like they all love their cricket. They all, you know, got Bollywood's a massive thing over there, obviously.
Ricky Ponting.
Exactly. So a lot of them spoke fine English, you know, like there was obviously plenty that didn't, but.
I wouldn't have expected that.
No, like we didn't have many places where they didn't. We had some translators come with us to this tribal village where they don't speak English in Nagaland, and which is on the border of, I believe, like Burma and India or Thailand, or can't quite remember.
Yeah.
Mate, I think there's many different languages right along there, isn't there? Like many.
Well, I think it's called Nagamese, I think, that they speak in Nagaland. Like there's this, I mean, even in like South Africa, they speak like 7 or 8 or something like that. They speak so many different languages in Africa and South Africa, and some of these countries have got multiple languages.
That's so trippy, eh? Like we're in Oz. Even you go to Europe, it's the same sort of thing. Here in Oz, you can fly 5 hours away, and it just sounds the exact same.
Yeah.
You go to Europe, or probably the same in India and stuff. You jump on a plane, 5 hours, completely different language. No one understands you.
It's funny like
it's
that.
It's crazy. Hey?
It's not only that, and you guys know this better than me. I've only been to Europe once. I went to Greece a couple of years ago for first time. And it's amazing, beautiful place. But what blew my mind that you couldn't flush your toilet paper.
Yeah.
Like you had to put it, after you wipe your ass, you've got to put it in a bin.
That's not nice.
Now there's 10 of us, you know, and that didn't make any sense.
The easiest solution is just to go to like the quietest beach you can find and do it in the ocean, because then it's just like, ugh, don't have your house stinking, you know?
Exactly.
And then just some innocent poor human's going to stumble across a little cheeky log.
Yeah.
True. True.
I want to talk about your recent media frenzy that's going on. The old steak photo, cooking a steak, going through a camera. Now, this was everywhere. I'm pretty sure it was worldwide news. It ended up, but interesting. I want to hear your version of everything that went down, because obviously what a lot of people think, and you were saying the other day that some of your friends still think that it was a legit driving camera. They didn't see the updated videos and stuff.
They still think it's legit. Like, it's so many people are confused.
A lot of people did think it was real. I think that's why it took off and went viral. You know, I think I've been doing this a long time, so it's like sometimes you do know, sometimes you don't know. I had a pretty good idea with that one thing.
Yeah,
it would go pretty well. Like, and a lot of people started copying it, not in a bad way. Like I enjoyed it. I liked seeing people do it. Like,
it turned into a trend.
Exactly, it turned into a bit more of a trend rather than
kind of dangerous.
Yeah, exactly. Like, but I think people were stopping to take the pictures rather than trying to do it for real. No, I just like. Obviously, I don't think that those cameras are a fucking productive thing at all. I think that they're only designed to, I don't want to be too conspiracy theorist. I think they're just taking money off everyone. Like, you think about it, if you're on your phone and you see the fucking cameras, you just put your phone down, go through it, pull your phone back out. Like, it's really not going to save lives at all. And it's like $1,000 every single time someone goes under the fucking thing. So.
And 4 points. I couldn't agree more.
I just think it's a piss take. I think whatever. Like, I get it. Like, you need speed cameras, maybe some more cops on the roads. I understand that. Control the speeding and hoons and that. That's fine. That's fair. You don't want people wiping other cars out. So I thought, fuck it. How can I take the piss out of this?
Yeah.
And just thought, fuck it, we'll go through. Because I did one a long time ago with a typewriter, and it didn't go as viral. And then this time I was like, fuck it, I'll do it cooking a steak. So I went through and we just made the picture up and everything like that. And posted it, took off. And the kind of intention at the start was hopefully the media pick it up a little bit. And then we can kind of just troll the media a little bit, you know, like I've got nothing personal against the media or any of them. Like, obviously they're fucking like to report a whole lot of bullshit, but I wasn't out of like spite or hate towards them. I just thought, fuck it, let's have a little bit of fun.
Yeah.
You know, they always report and speak on things without even knowing if it's true or not anyway. So
No, it was brilliant the way you did it because it forced them to expose themselves.
exactly right. Like they walked straight into it, mate. There's one young kid came to my house to interview me, and then an hour later calls me
From the news, right? Because you had a few stations.
Yeah,
going,
a few reporters came in and out of the house, and one of the young fellas, he was so friendly and nice to me the whole time he was at the house, and I was great to him as well. And then he's left, and an hour later he's called me and he goes, so why did you lie to me? I said, hey. And he goes, so why did you lie? And I was like, what do you mean? He goes, does it make you feel good? Does it, playing tricks on people and like? I said, yeah, just like you guys did the entire time through COVID. And, and then obviously none of that went in. Like he didn't put any.
Did you film any of that conversation?
I filmed a little bit of it, but I didn't want to make it too much of a war. I just thought leave it as a bit of harmless fun, a bit of a joke, not like fuck the media, I hate the media. It was just like I don't want to be
let the audience have their own.
I didn't go in there with like too much hatred and aggression. I didn't want it to. I wanted it just to be a bit of harmless fun. I didn't want it to be like a war where everyone's like, I couldn't be bothered. But anyways, and he just cropped the call and goes, oh, he didn't want to speak to me, blah, blah, blah. Like, that's just what they do. But, and then I was like, fuck it. I started making a bit of a video around it as well. The photo went crazy viral. And then, then I made the video around it, like just saying how to troll the media and stuff like that. And it took off, went pretty big.
It took off all right.
How was the steak? Was it a good steak in the end?
Beautiful steak. Tomahawk ribeye, $42 from Coles.
People are still debating whether it was medium rare, or well done.
I could clarify all these things right now. Yeah. The goal was medium rare. I think I was a little distracted at the time, so it did probably shift a bit more towards the medium side. Yeah. But no, it was still a nice steak. Still a great steak. And,
it's like a good roadhouse steak. Kind of.
Exactly right. I do like good tomahawk.
Yeah. Oh, tomahawk. We'll get you around for a tomahawk up on the
Please.
barbie here one day. But no, so there was obviously the media stuff on that. How did it? I didn't end up watching any of the news articles. What did they end up saying on all the news?
They were only short segments. They were just saying like, oh, influencer from Queensland lands himself in hot water over, steak prank or whatever. They interviewed the Queensland chief of police or something like that. And he goes, no, people like this, they need to have a good, long, hard, bloody look at themselves. And, I do like a good barbecue and a lamb chop, but, this is just un-Australian. And like... Everyone was just commenting, saying this is the most Aussie thing ever.
Yes.
And then they interviewed some other fellow. I don't know if he's like a council worker or a roads and transport person, and he was just saying, "Oh no, it's dangerous, it's stupid." And I'm saying, mate, like, whatever.
Yeah, then they get off camera and they're like, it was fucking
Yeah, they
great.
would have loved it for sure. They would have loved it
because when you first posted, I won't lie, I thought it was legit as well. I was like, damn, that's pretty hectic to do. But then I saw your follow-up video. I'm like, that was genius.
Yeah.
That's just caused a stir.
Yeah, got a lot of love. A lot of people liked it. There was pretty much next to nothing in terms of no negativity and none of that. So I was like, whatever,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what are you doing with content at the moment? Because you've, I swear, you sort of sometimes you'll disappear for a while and you come back so strong, make a media frenzy, and then you disappear.
Yeah.
And you're like you come and go. Is
I just prefer it like that. I think I don't know.
But do you time anything, or you just you're spontaneous?
A bit of both. I like to have I've got a lot of structure in my life. Like, believe it or not, I'm usually 1 to 2 weeks completely planned out from the hour of every day. Like, I wake up, I've got like 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m. This is happening, right through till evening. Like, as you guys would know, it's not just a matter of being an idiot on camera. There's a lot of other things. There's businesses. There's trying to take care of my health. There's like family. There's relationships. There's trying to work on tax sides, accounting, all your adulting, housing. And there's just a lot of shit, like having staff and getting things edited and planned and posted and scheduling. There's a lot of shit that goes into it, and also working with brands or whatever it might be, planning the parties and stuff. So even planning the overseas trips takes a lot of work. It's not a matter of, book this flight, cool, going. No, it's
do you plan your overseas trips pretty good?
Yeah, I plan everything pretty well myself. With India, it was like we reached out to a few people who took IShowSpeed around when he was there, and they replied to us and said, we'd love to have you guys. What do you want to do? I sent them an itinerary and said, here's 10 things we want to film. Here's a rough budget. Here's how many people we'll be with. Here's our dates. Here's where we want to stay for a few nights and then go here, then go there. They helped us out with flights and stuff. They didn't pay for it. We paid for everything, but they helped us out with just making some bookings and stuff. But yeah, I plan everything out pretty well. I just find like the loads of people do loads of things. You can constantly just stay doing this, be consistent and regular, or people just do this, keep getting better and better. My whole thing's just done this.
Yeah.
By choice, because I get burnt out and sometimes I get bored. Like I got ADHD, I get a bit bored of the same thing, you know, like for me to stick doing the same thing, I get a little bit bored of doing the same thing. I like to change it up. I did podcasting for a year and a half, and I was like, oh, okay, now I'm feeling good. I want to get back.
I was going to ask, are you still doing that?
No, I don't do it anymore.
Okay.
But it was great while it lasted. I had a good fun with it. Some of them went amazing. Had some amazing guests, you know, from UFC fighters to Riley Reid to athletes to boxers, all kinds of people on there, and it was great, you know, and it served its purpose in the time. I don't get too attached to things, and then I decided I want to make vlogs again. Maybe I'll do it for a year or two, and then maybe I'll go back to something else. But I don't know, man. As I'm getting older, I want to veer off into a bit more peaceful, wholesome shit. You know, like I put my body and mind through a lot.
Guided some meditation and stuff.
Yeah, meditation, if you will. I don't know. I want to buy a big property.
Close your fucking eyes.
That's the one. I want to buy a property and set up like a nice recovery thing, a gym, and just fucking take care of myself. And I've got a missus now. I've been together for like 7 months, so just taking it easy with her, and I don't know, man, settle down eventually. It sounds absolutely lovely in the back of my head.
It's kind of funny because a while ago you'd say ADHD to anybody, and it was like kind of. But now everyone talks about it being a superpower.
Yeah, it depends if you can master it and know how to use it. Definitely, because if not, it can eat you alive, and you can sit around doing nothing all day and get overwhelmed easily. ADHD is just heightened emotions at the end of the day. It's either too much dopamine or none at all. And if you've got too much on that day, too much dopamine, it can fucking spiral you out. You can watch this, watch that, go do this, go do that. You want to do a million things. You feel like you're just a superhuman. If you can like channel that energy into a bit of focus on one thing, then you'll achieve things quick. But then there's the days where you've got no dopamine. You're just like, you just don't want to leave your house all day. It's not even like out of being depressed. You're just like, can't be bothered.
Do you have to take anything for it? Because I know in the past you've had problems with some prescription meds where it sent you down some bad paths.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I was obviously diagnosed with ADHD as a kid and as an adult, and I was prescribed medications and stuff over the years. You know, as a kid it was Ritalin, which is the most common for kids. I hated the way it made me feel when I was in school, so I used to just give it to my friends, and didn't take it at all, didn't like it. And
it would have got your friends chat.
Oh fuck yeah. And then as an adult, when I was living over in America, I was prescribed another one called Concerta, and I hated that as well. Tried it, sticked it out for more than a few days, did it a couple of weeks, and I hated it. Just no appetite, dry skin, insomnia, jittery, anxiety, killed my sex drive, and it just made me really tight and stiff. I didn't like the way they made me feel, and I thought, okay, weigh up the pros and cons. The pros and cons of not taking them is I'll have my days where I can't focus and I'm a little bit distracted, or I'm a little bit up and down with my emotions. The pros are if I can get on top of that and figure out natural ways to kind of master that, cool, I don't have the side effects of the meds. So, you know, I'm all about going as natural as possible at the moment, other than if it's really serious and I need to take, I don't know, like strong pain relief or antibiotics or anything like that post-surgeries, then I'll do it. But no, I'm steering very far away from mind-altering stuff that fucks with your brain chemicals.
Yeah, well done.
No, and you did mention before, you just brought up IShowSpeed. And he was here in Australia, and you got to do a bit of a collab. Was that the first time you'd met him? Because you ended up in his... Yeah, he is, yeah. I didn't want to say it.
Well, he obviously loves Australia.
Yeah.
Because, I had never heard of him until I saw the masses of people on the news, right?
Yeah.
I mean, why is he so big?
I also, you know, I'm in the same boat. I don't watch his stuff. I think he's got a very young audience. Obviously, if you look at his videos running around, some countries there's people in all sorts of ages, but I think his demographic's very young kids, school kids and stuff, like just getting crazy. I haven't watched a whole lot of his stuff, but the few short things I've seen pop up on social media once in a while, some of them's funny, some of them's not. It's just one of those things, man. It's just his turn. It's his time. You know, he's shining, he's killing it, he's going viral. He's got a great team around him. He's doing all the right things by hitting every country back to back to back and getting new fans, streaming, creating a fucking media frenzy. Like, it's very smart. He's got a good team. He's got a good head on his shoulders. I don't think he's into drugs and alcohol or anything. He's quite grounded, and he's just a fucking wild dude.
Yeah.
Was he like a past athlete or something?
I'm not too sure.
Okay.
Well,
He is
bloody
fast.
fast runner.
I've seen him embarrass
Speed
a few
has definitely
athletes.
got speed. He's fast, man. But that was the first time you met him?
Yeah, first time, yeah.
Yeah. How did that come about? Because how does that work? He's midstream, and then you're just like, randomly rocking up in the car. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
how do you get there in that moment?
Just a mate of mine was helping him out with his tour around Australia and New Zealand. Reached out today, like Speed wants to grab you into a thing. He wants a few creators here in Oz to jump in and out of the stream, do some stuff. And I was like,
okay, so it was sort of like pre-planned.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. There's a lot of planning and structure behind some of their stuff, I guess, same as everyone. And just rocked up, got in there, fed the guy some Vegemite, said hello, hung out for an hour or two. We were meant to
yelled to some people outside.
Yelled at a
the
couple of fans.
Yeah, that went pretty viral.
It was great.
Because I made him jump. I made him a bit scared, which is what he does to people. But no, it was good. We're meant to do a few more things afterwards and stuff. Some of the restaurant we had in mind to go to was closed down and a few other things. But no, for the most part, it was good fun. He was pretty friendly, pretty quiet off when he's just chilling. But no, it was all good.
Yeah, well, it looked like it just got pretty wild. By the time he's got into surfers, it was obviously schoolies time then as well.
There was just hundreds of kids just
swarmed within minutes.
No, and they were banging on the bars, doing burnouts on their little electric bikes. It was fucking crazy scenes.
Do you know what the story was? Because the stream sort of cut off like something happened, or was that just on purpose? Cut the stream and make it seem like that. Keep people guessing, because it cut off and then there was a bunch of rumors he got arrested or something happened. Do you think
the police came and got involved because it was getting pretty fucking crazy, you know, and it does become a little dangerous when there's traffic and cars and kids and old people and you got 500 fucking 15, 14-year-olds riding around on their electric bikes pretty quickly, and you know, I see it from all
and whipped up too, like that, wonderfully whipped up. Yeah, for me to see that, I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
By the way, thanks to the beer sponsor, the sponsor of this episode, the sponsor of the season, sponsor of the podcast, Monkey Tree Brewing. Guys, we have these beers on tap in our house. I don't know about Tony's pour, but you know what? You can't complain.
Sorry.
Beers on tap in your house. If you guys want it, check out Monkey Tree Brewing. They've got a range of about 50 drinks around, from beers to, you call them sports drinks. They're not. They're spirits.
Oh, well, they're spirits, but they're sports drinks, man.
Yeah, sure.
But they do a bit of everything. They do ciders. But today I'm trialling this. It's like a stout. It's heavy. It's about 6.5%. It's chocolatey, nutty, fruity. It's sweet on the palate.
They help you drive better.
So go check him out, guys. I'll put a link in the description. Check out Monkey Tree Brewing. All right, Jackson, I want to dive into OnlyFans.
Yep.
You've got a good past in OnlyFans. Yep. Do you still have a present in OnlyFans?
No, I haven't since 2021 nearly. So what's that?
Oh, wow, okay.
4 years ago?
Yeah, okay, so you weren't on there for long then?
Maybe like a year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What? I thought that was just
crazy,
your,
but it's been crazy,
full-time
bro,
job.
because do you know what's funny? It's like I done social media, you know, for about 7, maybe 8 years before OnlyFans. Did OnlyFans for like 1 year, maybe 18 months at the most.
Now you're the OnlyFans guy.
And now I've been doing social media content again the last 4 or 5 years, and like media will still say OnlyFans things, which is fine. I have no regrets. Like whatever. I know
OnlyFans star.
I know what I'm doing when I do it. I'm not gonna like do it if I'm gonna regret it. Like, but yeah, it's funny how people think of it at all. But yeah, man, I just got in, had a crack during the middle of COVID. There's a lot of reasons.
Well, you didn't just have a crack, man. You probably went more brutal than anyone. Your ads for it was, well, you lost your Instagram because, I hope you lost your Instagram. You were basically, what was the wipe, the window?
Yeah, there was plenty.
Mirror wiping.
There was a lot of crazy shit going on.
You were having sex on Instagram.
Pretty much.
What was the thought process behind that? Why?
No, I don't know. Wasn't really doing it on Instagram. It was more comedic value, the ones on Instagram and stuff. But I don't know, mate. Yeah, I was in a bit of a weird headspace at the time. I was on medications and stuff. And when I was living in America, I was definitely around crowds doing a lot of different drugs and drinking. It was the middle of COVID, so you couldn't do a lot, you know. I was just stuck inside and thought. And I was also in a bit of a weird place mentally, very sick of doing social media. I wanted to just try some new shit. My missus at the time was doing it by herself and with her girlfriends, and I just thought, fuck it, why not dive in there, have a crack, and made like 3 or 4 million in like US in 1 year. And then I said, cool, now I'm bored of that. Next, stopped.
Yeah.
Fuck, I love your honesty around the whole thing, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, everybody has something like that. Okay, yours is OnlyFans. Got in there, got out. You're being very honest about it. Everyone has their thing,
It
right?
has not affected or ruined or done anything negative in my entire life. I could not care.
I was about to ask. So looking back, would you do it again?
No, I wouldn't do it again. But I mean, like, doesn't mean I regret it. Like,
Yeah.
it's a part of my life. Like, I'm not going to sit around and let like the energy of regret weigh me down. I couldn't care less. Like, whatever. Some people liked it, some people didn't. It's fucking, that happens when you film a prank video. Some people like it and some don't.
Yeah.
Who fucking cares? Like,
But I feel like a prank, you can go to, Christmas lunch and talk about it a little bit more if you wanted to. Like, how did it go with your fam? Did they ever say anything?
I mean, it's
about
been
it,
about
or?
over 4 years since I've done it, so I don't really talk about it anymore, to be honest.
Well, let's unpack it all here right now. Let's bring it.
Nah, I got a missus and shit. I don't want to fucking keep diving into it all.
No, that's fair. What did your parents back then? What did they think? Did they say anything or no? It was
No, they just, whatever.
because you have always helped out your fam a lot and stuff as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things, really. It just said, this is what I'm doing, and yeah, we went and did it.
Yeah.
I like that you compartmentalised it, just like every other thing that you would do, right? You just had its space, put it in there, move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just part of some shit, There's things I've done. There's heaps of things I've done, like whatever. It's fucking go over America, and the most popular, famous people over there are porn stars right now.
Yeah.
Fucking, it's just
weird.
just a stigma around it, Like my mentality and opinion and stuff towards it all has changed a lot over the years. Like I wouldn't want to date someone that does it, you know what I mean? And, if someone doesn't want to date me because I've done it in the past, I'm not going to judge them for that either, because that's the preferences I have. So it is what it is, You live and you learn, and I'm not going to sit around and regret things. Like, whatever. If people want to bring it up, they bring it up. If not, whatever. It's been 4 or 5 years since I've done it. I've gotten back in and made some great content. I'm happy. I'm content with where I'm at in life now and just chilling out.
It's very mature. It's the most mature Jackson I've ever seen.
Thank
in
you,
my
sir.
life.
I'm 30. I'm old now.
Do you want some riddle?
It's funny though, isn't it, man? When you hit that 3-0, everything changes.
No, I
did you say you're 30 already or this year?
30 now.
Oh, true. Happy birthday. Happy 30th. When did you turn 30?
Like
2 years ago.
sometime last year. So 31 this year.
Yeah. Did you do anything for your 30th?
Yeah. Me and a few of the boys just went up towards Noosa. We got a big Airbnb. Me and like some of my mates I grew up with. There's about 10 of us went up there and we just fucking got on the beers and
No massive party though.
No, it was just the boys went up. We just went up. It was a big, massive Airbnb, big cinema room, pool, and bit of block of land. Like, it was fucking awesome. Just chilled out with all my boys I grew up with and close mates, and just had beers, ate food, smoked a bit of weed, relaxed, went down to some little village pub.
So of all the people and famous people, some of the biggest people in the world you get to hang out with, you still have that nucleus of family, obviously, but old school bros.
Yeah, of course, mate. Yeah, like for personal things like that, where I go to, like, when it's my birthday, or if I want to do like a wedding, or if I'm having a kid, or any of these things, that's where my close people will be.
Obviously,
around.
they centre you at certain times.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's good to know, cool, powerful, famous people or whatever. It's great for networking, good for business, good to shoot content with and party with, whatever. But at the end of the day, your family and close friends are the ones that were there before, and they'll be there after. So I make sure I'm always grounded and keep them nice and close and put them before anyone.
Yeah,
I think it's important because you definitely know there's a lot of people around that they're just around for the fun, the parties, and there's a lot of non-true friends around as you go through.
Yeah.
And especially the parties you've held in the past and so. Let's talk about some of them. What's the most expensive party you've thrown? Because you've done some massive ones.
I mean, the very original one I did, the first Halloween party, was around $100,000. And then the New Year's one, a couple of months later, was about $120,000. I did a few smaller ones. So we had Shannon Knoll play at the house. That was about 25, 30 grand for that party. We did a day where...
How much is Nosey charging for a gig these days?
I can't remember.
Oh, he's back. He's back.
He's back.
Nosey's back.
He never left.
His stock's rising.
Again.
No, I can't remember the exact fee, but I mean, to pull that day off was about 25, 30K. Not all that was his charges. There was a lot of other things I had to pay for, but no, that was a good day. Then
How was Nosey?
he was great. It was cool. Had a few beers together. His sons came along. They enjoyed the company of some of the females that were there, and we all had a good time. So
Nothing's changed with Nosey.
Nolsey's a legend, man. He was cool, very friendly, just a normal fucking country fella. That's just a good bloke.
Did you ever meet Nosey? Tony's got a bit of a rock star background.
Lovely.
He looks like he just rides a mower, but no.
No, but I always admired him, because I watched it. What were they? Idol. They were like some of the original idols. And no one was going to beat Guy Sebastian. He's world class. But I'd tell you, Shannon represented the Aussie spirit.
Yeah.
I think Shannon Knoll was way more successful than Guy Sebastian. You can say, Guy Sebastian does the TV shows and that, but in terms of who was loved by he was the people's champ, Knowlesy.
Yeah.
Like, Guy Sebastian was just a paper champ, you know what I mean? He was, I don't know, fucking whatever. He's talented, he's a good musician, but I think more people like Shannon Knoll.
Yeah. Yep.
So 100.
Well, given his status now, because he is back. He's
yeah.
they've got him back doing some big stuff. So
Guy Sebastian just gives me very liberal, wokey vibes.
yeah, I get
So
that.
fuck that shit.
But back to the parties, yeah. So $100,000 on a party. How do you? Obviously, content would not pay that off.
Fuck
like
no.
you're taking a loss on that
I
for
made
sure.
no money on any of them really. Like I just thought, like, fuck it, money comes and goes. I've never been purely money driven. Like my priorities and motivation doesn't stem from money. Like,
Yeah.
money is just a bonus. Like I've been lucky enough to do it. Like even doing the OnlyFans stint wasn't purely for money. I just thought, fuck it, I'll try something else. I'm enjoying this. This is a bit of fun. This is something different. Same with the parties. And the one I threw last year for Halloween at Dreamworld at the theme park, that was 130 grand. So that's the most expensive party.
Yeah.
That I've done was 130 grand. We have had like little things on board that have helped with costs, you know, like vodka soda covered, probably like 5-10 grand worth of alcohol. Wet pussy shots covered a bunch of alcohol. You know, a couple of things might pay 10-20 grand to get some promotion out of the party or to have something set up, you know. But all in all, yeah, I was out of pocket well over 100 grand just about every single party. But now I've been getting offers of other things, you know, that I can't talk about with NDA agreements and stuff. But I'm getting some pretty crazy offers from certain brands, businesses, events, companies, not just here, of wanting me to like do their parties for them, and they'll pay me like, hey, here's a budget for $250,000. You can, you know, if you spend 100,000 of this on the party, whatever's left over, that's your fee for helping us, you know.
You'll just blow the budget and spend, and you'll throw more towards it too. You're like, well, I'll just chuck in $100,000. Now we've got 350.
You're the new age. What was that little Aussie dude that was on the news many years ago?
Oh God, Corey Worthington.
Corey
Worthington,
Worthington,
Yeah, he was,
that's
he was
great.
cool. Yeah.
Did you ever see? Oh, you know what blew my mind? What was the Trent from Punch Bowl? Do you remember that?
Well, he was an actor.
Did you, have you seen it recently too? That popped up for me a few months ago. He now has a podcast, like full on mature college dude. That was all.
Well,
an act.
Yeah, well, he was. I've met him. He was an actor. He had a show called Bondi Hipsters and a few other things. I actually featured in like an episode as a cameo in one of them episodes on SBS back in the day. He had a few different little TV shows, and he's quite a good actor, man. He's a nice guy, and yeah, that shit was crazy.
That changed my teen years. Hey, finding out Trent from Punchy.
Who are we talking about? Why
Trent
do
from
I not
Punch
know
Bowl.
who he is?
Do you not know Trent
Give me
from
a look.
Punch Bowl?
Trent from Punch Bowl.
You never saw this?
Yes,
He was like an OG, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
one of the OG guys to go viral.
Yeah, that dude. Guys in the chat, does anyone here remember Trent from Punch Bowl? Because that changed my life when I found out that was an actor. Do you know what blew me away even more? The fact that he was also the beached whale. The same dude was the voice for the beached whale. You know, I'm Punch Daz.
Beach
Oh,
Daz,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
He was that dude too.
Right.
I could not believe it. But
Right.
yeah, Trent from Punchy. He was. Wait, why did I get onto Trent from Punchy? Where was I going with that? Oh, the Corey Worthington. Yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. But yeah, either way, shout out from Trent from Punchy. Can we get Trent from Punchy on the podcast? But you got to stay in character. Anyways.
Method actor.
Your old parties, mate, you obviously had the Octagon House.
Didn't you come to one?
Yeah, I went to two of them.
Okay, nice.
They
You,
were a
and
good time,
you don't
yeah.
remember getting home from both.
No. Yeah, well, both blackout, yeah. But you were only in that house for what, a year?
Yeah, pretty much smack bang on a year, mate. Yeah, bought it, sold it, got a couple $100,000 profit out of selling it, which I guess you could say covered two of the parties.
Yeah.
But no, I don't know, man. You fucking live and learn through life. It's just one of those things. I didn't want to live there. Like I went through a pretty heavy breakup, and you know, just partying all the time and drugs and drinking and just toxic fucking lifestyle, man. I wanted to get my shit together a little bit. I just had a bit of not a midlife crisis. I just wanted to like make a bit of a shift, and I fixed my back issues with a spine surgery. I went through that breakup and everything. So it's one of those things, man. And, you know, I'm not ashamed or shy to, like, everyone out there's done things they're not proud of, whether it's, you know, been addicted to a drug or done drinking or done this or cheated or lied or stolen. I don't know what it is, you know, there's so many things. But I just was getting sick of that repetitive lifestyle, like different girls in the house every day. Sometimes that's someone's dream, but after a while,
It's not sustainable.
No, it's not sustainable, man. And I've been in a relationship for about 7 months now, and I'll tell you, that 7 months, just one day with this girl that I'm now with beats a year of partying with a bunch of hot girls. Like it is fun at some stage in your life, but man, nothing beats like a legit pure.
That could be the one.
But that also
That could be the
comes
one.
through maturity as well.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
when you hit you're through your early 20s and everything else, but you're 30, you do see life a little differently. And
Yeah, and I was just like, I had my other house not too far from there where I lived for a few years prior to that, which I didn't sell. I kept it when I bought the other property. And I ended up living in the big party house by myself for a few months, and it was just massive. It was costing a fortune, and I was overseas a lot, like just costing a lot in maintenance, like gardeners, lawn mowers, pool people, inside cleaners. Like there was so much maintenance to do with it. It wasn't in a gated community. I never had any dramas, but people would always rock up and knock on the door trying to say hello, which I didn't like. And my other house is in gated community, security cameras and shit. I've never had an issue. So I just thought like I'd rather live in a home. I don't care if it's a 1-story cottage in the middle of a fucking valley with a waterfall in the backyard. I'd prefer that than a $10 million mansion that's just got fucking hot women there every day. Like I want to live somewhere that's got a homey vibe to it. Rather
feels like home.
Because that place was just so associated heavily with partying and crazy times and having fucking.
Well, you had a
sex
boxing ring in the middle of
boxing ring, mechanical bull, fucking jetpacks, mechanical dick. We had motorbikes driving around like. Man, it was a fucking wild time, and again, zero regrets.
Yeah,
amazing.
You've
year.
got some great stories to tell for sure.
An amazing year, and it's going to make for a great chapter in a book that I will one day write. That's for sure. But yeah, I just thought, I was happier at my other house. I'd rather get down there, strip back, get away from the partying, strip back on this crazy big circle of 1 million people always been around me. Just wanted to get my shit together. I dealt with the breakup healthy rather than doing self-destructing things like drinking and trying to fuck other girls and escaping it. Just sat there with my thoughts, my feelings, and just dealt with it, you know what I mean? And thought, okay. And after a little while of kind of being more sober and getting my shit together, getting my surgery, getting my health and fitness and all that stuff back, I just felt like a brand new person and just was like, fuck it, I don't want to go back to any of that. That's why now I still want to party and have fun and do things, but in a more controlled, balanced lifestyle, that's why I'll still do a big party every year at least, but it'll be at a venue, not in my own public, not in my own private space where I live, where my bedroom is.
Not your getaway.
Exactly.
That's your come home.
Hire a venue or a location, tell everyone this is where it's at, still spend the money, still have great quality event and pull them off. But yeah, so it's one of those things.
It's good advice too for you to be giving, because I can tell you there'd be thousands and thousands of men that have watched your life, they envied it.
Probably, yeah.
But to hear that from you as well, I'm probably thinking, okay.
I'll give you 2-3 years, you'll be a lawn guy. I've just become the lawn guy.
No, mate. He'll be on a farm milking cows. You'll get your own chickens, collect your eggs.
Well, I do want to eventually get a big ranch. That's the goal eventually, probably in 5 years. Get a ranch somewhere, fucking middle of nowhere.
Just sit on your lawn.
A couple of quad bikes, yeah, I get it.
Yeah, but that's another thing, man. People can sit around and envy and hate or be jealous or not like it or want the opposite. That's fine, I think. But one thing people don't tend to forget, that people forget it easily, is comparison is the thief of joy. And it sounds corny, but it is. A lot of people get guilty, even myself, even you guys, everyone's guilty of one stage in their life or often comparing their situation or their life to other people. It's very normal. I'm not going to say it's healthy, but it's normal and it happens to everyone. Comparing where you're at in life to other people or comparing what you've got to what other people have got and what you don't got, it never leads to a productive, happy mind. You know what I mean? People be like, oh, easy for you to say when you've got money. I'm like, well, I haven't always had money.
Yeah.
And people, it is a privilege.
It's a cop-out.
Exactly. It's an excuse. It is a privilege to have money, but you know what else is a fucking privilege? Waking up in the morning and having your legs work and waking up to hot water in a shower, waking up with a roof above your head and a nice comfy bed, waking up and knowing your family and friends are still alive, having food to eat and clean water to drink. That's a privilege. Fucking multiple, if not more than half the world don't even have those things. You know what I mean? So people can sit around and go, oh, yep. Thank you, sir.
I'll agree with it.
So people can sit around and compare and say, oh, easy for you when you've got money and this and you've done that. I'm like, well, okay. But I've been guilty of it. I've compared myself and my situation to others, and it's got me into a real negative place. So I've learned to be happy and positive at what I do have and focus on the good things I do have rather than constantly focusing on what I don't have. And
Yeah.
Well, let's talk.
Well, perspective is a big part of it.
Exactly.
And I have to say, even I do, through social media, and I'm not big on, so I've never been a social media guy. I ran into this guy. He moved in next door, and just bad luck just happened to me after that. That's the absolute truth. But I like these positive affirmations that come
Now
up
look
every
at you,
day.
you're streaming live. You're streaming live.
Well, they're not getting me, but that's okay. But every now it reminds you of just be grateful, of just the little things in life. It just changes everything. It really does. But,
do you want kids?
Yeah, definitely. Eventually. 100% definitely going to do that.
Your missus wants them?
Yeah, definitely.
When does she want them? Because it's not up to you, I guess.
Nah, it's up to me.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure, mate.
When would you want to have kids? A few more years or like?
Yeah, a few more years. Not in any rush. We'll just wait and see, mate. You know, things are always subject to change. Don't know how I'm going to feel in 6 months, or I don't know how I'm going to feel tomorrow. It's just like
a psychic told Tony he's having twins soon.
Really?
Yeah, mate. I have 4, but I have 3 10 years and under.
Okay.
My wife went to a psychic, and her dad's a twin. And normally it skips a generation, but apparently, and this psychic, look, I don't know, but this psychic apparently is a psychic. She knows shit. Yeah, that's what she said. She said twins.
Wow. Yeah. Well, I know my partner will be a great mother, and I know I'll be a great father. So if the time comes, cool, I'm ready for it. And if it takes a while, cool, I'm ready for that too.
What are you working on at the moment?
Working on a few little brands in the background. There's a pretty interesting and exciting business I've been working on with a few really cool people over the last couple of months. It's getting close to what's the word? Just unfolding, I guess. So another
launching.
Pardon?
Launching.
Yeah, I'll be launching something. Yeah, in a couple more months. It's pretty under the table, under the wraps at the moment, but that's been taking a lot of time. I'm really excited. It's not to do with content or anything. It's just some business related things that I'm really excited for. Yeah, just plotting along, man. I'm going to make a bit of a shift in content over the next while. I just posted a spine surgery video recently on my vlog channel. And everyone loved that spine surgery video. People appreciated the rawness and the realness, and
that was a couple of years ago, wasn't it?
It was a couple of years ago, but I didn't want to post a surgery video the week after it. I wanted to give myself time. I didn't put a time deadline on it.
Yeah.
I thought maybe a year. It ended up being longer than a year. No stress. But I didn't want to like get a surgery and be like, oh, yep, fixed. Hey guys, here's this.
Yeah.
And then in a month, I'm like, I'm fucked again. Like I want to give it time. I want to recover, do my rehab, see how I feel 12 months post-operation, 18 months post-operation. Can I box now? Can I run? Am I back in the gym? And yeah, I waited patiently and I used the video and it's going really well, and got hundreds, maybe thousands of messages of people who are in the same position. It might not be back pain, it might be a knee problem, might be fucking anything. And they really appreciated it all. So yeah.
So what was wrong with your back? We've got some questions over on Facebook as well. I think Andrew Camilleri did ask, I'm interested more about your surgery. Who did the surgery? I recently got my second total disc replacement on the GC and I'm 3 weeks post-op. My first one was 14 years ago when I was only 16. Inspired how well you recovered and how much you are thriving now. So what was wrong with your back? What did you get done?
It was a long story, mate. Yeah, like I grew up playing a lot of rugby league, like rugby union as well. Played for about 12 years. Some weeks I'd play multiple games. Played a lot. And I didn't get injured during that. My back felt great. Left school, still played rugby, got into a bit of bricklaying for a couple of years and stuff, which can be a little rough on the back. And then I started kind of hurting myself a fair bit for videos and everything. And out of nowhere, just around 18, 17, my lower back was just really sore one day. And then it just progressively, I just ignored it. It just progressively got worse every 3 to 6 months, you know? And it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And I got some scans done. I had like bulging discs, herniating discs, whatever it is. And then obviously falling down the stairs at Shani's house, fucking little things like getting hit by a car, fucking just all the little things that I've done, falling off fucking things and, you know, just little mini accidents, just chipped away at it, exactly. There wasn't a one-off injury where I was like, oh, yeah, that fucked me.
Yeah.
It was just a whole lot of degeneration, wear and tear, as well as bad lifestyle choices, stress, ignoring the problems, not fixing them when they were first there. And man, it just got to the point where I was needing a walker chair half the time just to get around, and I couldn't get out of bed and get to the shower without eating 4 or 5 pain pills, not from addiction, but because I could literally barely move without agony.
Wow.
And that was ruining my gut health, which, you know, your gut and mind are both very connected. You know, if you've got bad gut health, you're probably going to have bad mental health. So, and I was fucking sick of it, man. It was taking my quality of life away. I love to train. It's the most important thing to me is like these family, friends, and training. Like I love to train. Without the gym or boxing or exercise or being able to be physical, I get into a bad place. So I wanted to fix it and I couldn't do it properly, you know. So I had some very dark days, man. It slowed me down for many years and set me back a lot. I could have probably achieved more, but I'm not going to focus on that. But just decided, fuck it. And I met with a guy called, actually, I won't skip this part. I went to Mexico and did a small surgery called discectomy where they shaved some of the discs back to stop pressing on the nerves and that.
Yeah.
And got stem cells. It didn't work. It made me worse, unfortunately.
Made you worse?
Because you would have been to a few doctors. Because I know this because we have family members with this bad back, and he's gone. And some of them they have different perspectives on it.
Yeah, of course.
You know, there's one in Melbourne. He's sort of more of the natural. You know, he's anti-operation, and there's one that says you have no choice. So yeah, I'm interested to hear what.
Yeah, well, I think everyone's going to have different opinions. There'll be natural, holistic ways to try to heal it. People will think prayer can heal it. People will think, rest will heal it. I tried everything for years. You couldn't name something I didn't fucking try, even gay sex. And then, anyways, and then the thing in Mexico just made it a bit worse, and that's when I went through the breakup.
Wait, come here. Just a random question on that.
Okay, well, that opened up a go.
You're having a threesome, but with 2 dudes. Is it gay?
Nah.
Okay, what about this? You're having a threesome with 2 dudes, and he's your mate, and he's
Wait a minute. You mean a
What
threesome
did you
with
do?
2 dudes?
He's on top.
Threesome, 2 dudes, 1 girl.
Okay, cool. I was saying if it's a threesome with 2 dudes, that's 3 dudes.
Yeah, no, 2 dudes, 1 girl. Say I'm on top, my mate's down the bottom. I fall out. He goes to put it back in, but before he puts it in, he gives it just a double chug, just to harden it up. Is that
That's
gay?
way too specific. This has happened to you.
No,
No.
nothing gay about that. No.
It's just helping out a mate.
Yeah, you're helping a mate. Like, think about
Just waiting for a mate.
Think about most of the Spartan warriors.
Just waiting for a mate.
Bro, a lot of the Spartan soldiers and warriors were gay. They weren't like gay. They just all fucked each other. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's a fact. That's not like a lie. Look into it. Even Alexander the Great liked to explore a little bit. A lot of the great warriors back in those times, they were just horny. They weren't gay. They just wanted to fuck. And
You ever
sometimes there was
sucked a
no...
dick? There you go.
No. But sometimes there was no women around for them, so they would fuck what they could, and that was just the boys. They just fuck. They're not gay.
Release their stress before they go to war. It makes sense.
I'm not gay. I just fucking do it every now and then.
Yeah.
One gun.
But circling back to the story, I came back to Oz after the Mexico shit. And,
Sorry. Sorry about that.
And I was fucking rough. And I said, fuck it, no more. I'm doing what I got to do. So Dr. Lawrence McEntee, highly recommend. We did the surgery at Gold Coast Private, cost around $100,000. I could have gone on a public waiting list, which could have taken years to get the surgery. It still would have cost a bit, but I thought, fuck it, if I can get in there quickly, I've got the privilege and blessing of having some money there to throw at this, I'll do it. And yeah, man, the recovery took a while. I wasn't walking or moving or training for quite some time. I did get back into the gym a little bit sooner than I should have, but fuck it, I was going crazy sitting around. And that was dark, man. I was on opioids, like endone, oxycodone, Targans. Like,
You'll get addicted to that.
Yeah, was it hard to sort of...
Mate, it was... Opioid withdrawal is no joke. Like, anyone that's watching this has had any addiction or... this is the thing. I wasn't addicted. I wasn't like, oh, I can't wait to get high off this.
Yeah.
Your
But you just
brain and
needed
body
it.
becomes dependent.
Yeah.
There is a difference between you craving it because you love it feels good. Like...
You want the high versus...
Exactly.
yeah.
I didn't care about the high. I didn't even feel much of a high. I just felt like, sedated, which I fucking hate. I hate downers. I don't want to sit there and feel like, But yeah, mate, I was on them for about 3 months, anti-inflammatories, antibiotics, all the pain pills, codeines, endones, all that crap, and fuck me. When I tried to stop doing that, it was so rough. I was having brain jolts and zaps. My skin was fucked. I was sweating, then I was shivering, then I was cold. I was having crazy thoughts. I couldn't think anything positive. I was getting sick, like my immune system was cooked, shaking a lot, anxiety through the roof, paranoia through the roof. It was fucking rough, man. That was the hardest part of the surgery. It wasn't just sitting around, it was stopping all the medications they put you on. And unfortunately, a lot of doctors don't give you a heads up about that. They're just like, hey,
They almost like prescribe them as pills, right? As lollies, right?
Yeah. It's like, hey, here's 2 months of the most addictive drug on planet Earth. Have fun. See you later. But that wasn't Lawrence McEntee. That was other people. Lawrence McEntee was amazing. He is by far the best surgeon.
That's the one here?
Yeah, he's by far the best surgeon, like neurosurgeon, and to work with spines and stuff. He's got nothing but good feedback, and he was awesome. He made it very comfortable. He was very very good at communicating and preparing me, and we checked in a lot after the surgery. He was great. Can't say anything bad about it. But yeah, man, like I did for people wondering, I did a lumbar triple disc replacement. I can't remember the exact names of the discs. It was like L5S. I can't remember all that. But they're down the very bottom, and I was going to do a fusion, but I heard the disc replacements are a lot less risky. So I went with the disc replacement. It's a lot newer. It's nowhere near as risky. So I went with that, and mate, it's the best decision I've ever made in my life. I got my quality of life back.
But you have just come out of another surgery recently as well.
Mate, I've had two other surgeries since the back one. I had ankle reconstruction last year, which was actually 10 times fucking worse than spine surgery.
Really?
Oh my fuck.
What did you do?
I was in South Africa on a hunting trip. And they love their brandy and they love drinking on their hunting trips. We were fucking hammered. Like every time that gun would make a sound, you're doing a shot of brandy, sculling a beer. Then you got 3 and 3 or 3 and 5. You got to scull 3 beers in 3 minutes, which is actually harder than you'd think because you get bloated. And anyways, we're fucked, like proper fucked. And the night time came around, and brandy is a bit like rum for Aussies. It makes you not want to just have a punch up and be a dick, but you want to get a little physical with the boys and have a little wrestle. And you're like, oh, I think I could fucking submit you pretty quick. You know, it's not like oh fuck you cunt, let's have a scrap. It's just like, no, I reckon I could fucking smash you cunt, let's have a scrap. And anyways, I've decided I would pick the largest friend of mine that was present. He's probably 6'6", 120, 125 kilo, plays professional rugby in France. Big fucking boy, like bigger than NRL guys, a big fucking strong pro rugby player. South African farm boy strength, like fucking strongest man I've ever felt by far. Anyways, me and him had a bit of a wrestle for a bit too long on a very hard surface.
But before you wrestled, you looked at him and you went, yeah, I could take you.
Yeah, exactly what happened. Exactly what happened. And I had a good crack. The first few minutes was great. I was doing pretty well. I was keeping up. I was doing all right. Got him in some pretty good positions. I got top position for a while, but then he flipped me, got me into a choke and tapped me once, and then we just kept going and going and going. And man, I must have been that fucked because I've woken up in the morning and my whole body was like shaking. I was in shock and I was in agony, man. I can't tell you how much pain I was in. I thought my whole leg was broken or snapped or whatever. And I've gone and gotten a scan. Or not a scan. I saw a doctor, their doctor, and she goes, you just sprained your ankle. Toughen up. You'll be fine.
Just sprained it.
I'm like, fuck, man. I've sprained my ankle playing football before. This ain't no sprain anyway. And then I just ignored it for about 5 weeks and kept drinking and partying and having fun. And me and Dricus, all the boys over there were drinking, and I was kicking him with my fucked foot and just not even paying attention to it. And I've come home and I'm like, all right, now it's been 8 weeks. Time to get this thing fixed. I went and got MRI done. Ruptured my Achilles off the bone, so I tore my Achilles calf muscle. Yes. I snapped the syndesmosis joint on top of the foot that connects both sides of your ankle, snapped that, tore my ATFL ligament on top of the foot, tore my AITFL that goes on the inside up the foot. So I tore, grade 3 and ruptured, tore 3 ligaments in total and snapped my ankle. And I was walking around like, just getting drunk every day for 6 weeks, making it worse. So they're like, well, you've waited too long to fix the Achilles through surgery now. So
I was going to say Achilles would be the bad end of that.
Just the Achilles alone.
Yeah.
That's bad, yeah.
They said we can operate and put, screws and do other things and all these things in there and get that fixed up. But now you've waited a while, you could probably try the conservative route and try to rehab or cortisones or stem cells or PRP, peptides, whatever. So I tried a bunch of different things and it was just... I also still want to have a boxing match eventually, so I wanted to get it back to 100%. And it was going all right for a while. I was walking around fine again, and but it was rolling. It was just very, what's the word? It wasn't very strong. It was just
loose.
Flimsy. Very loose. So it would roll a lot. And if I'd roll it, it would flare it up for a week and I wouldn't walk. Yeah. So I said, fuck it, get the surgery. And my fucking God, Dr. Simon Platt fucked me hard. And maybe it wasn't him. It might have been his anaesthetist, the guy that puts you to sleep. Can't remember exactly. But
someone fucked
you. So literally.
Mate, it was the most horrific experience. It's turned me off surgeries for life. Anyway, I went in and on the day I'm in there, and he goes, oh no, it's like 1% or less things go wrong when you get nerve damage and this. I'm like, oh, fuck, right. He's like, you'll be walking in 2 to 4 weeks, back to like boxing and training in 6 to 8 weeks. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I can deal with that. Anyways, on the day I'm in the bed, cannula hooked up, ready to get put to sleep. The guy's like, just so you know, like, it's like 1 in 1,000 people might never gain nerve function in their leg again from these, because they shut down your sciatic nerve with the injection to numb the pain when you get put to sleep. I said, well, that's fucked. I was already anxious as fuck about it, not wanting to get it.
He's like, yeah, the last person was about 999 people ago, so and he could be the 1 in 1,000.
And I'm like, that's still not great. Like 1 in 1,000. Like I'm like, I don't want to take my chances with that. Like,
anyways, 0.1%.
And after having a fucking full blown panic attack there in front of them, I was like, okay, what should I do? Got the surgery, fucking got out of the way, and then everything that went wrong. I got stuck with bad nerve pain and damage, and mate, I couldn't tell you how horrible that was. There was like getting stabbed in the toes and foot. Like my toes didn't move for nearly 2 weeks because it fucked up. My foot was like a fucking balloon. I'll show you a picture of it after this. And I almost ended up with a thing called CPRS or CRPS, which is like a real bad pain disease, long-term thing, which you can almost lose a limb because of this. Yeah. And immediately I had to go on because I couldn't get out of the pain. Because normal painkillers wouldn't do it. You need nerve blocking medication, which is usually an antidepressant or like a neurological kind of thing to block functions of things. So I got put on a bunch of different nerve blockings like Lyrica, then amitriptyline and a few other things until one worked. Had to take that for a few months amongst with everything fucking else just to get the inflammation and swelling down. I didn't take a step without a moon boot or a crutch for 12 weeks. 3 months I couldn't walk, and took about 4 months before I could even do any rehab or training. I was just lucky enough to counter that.
Shit ton.
I can't tell you the fucking pain of that nerve. The nerve pain is no joke. Like, you can't turn off. There was a stage I didn't sleep for 5 whole days.
Is this the burning? It's like a burn or something?
But it's like having like 10 needles going in and out of you whilst you're on fire. And it is fucked all down my foot and underneath my foot. I was just soaking my foot in an ice bath half a day because I couldn't get out of pain. Anyways, and there was 5 days straight at one stage. I remember because I journaled a lot of this because I didn't want to forget it. And I remember journaling it. There was a stage for 5 days. I didn't get one wink of sleep. And I was hallucinating, having sleep deprivation, all these things. And that was last year. And that was very, very rough. But luckily now I'm walking again and getting back into training, and just took a lot longer than it should have. So
well, it'll never be 100% is what you're saying.
Never again. But I can walk, I can do light running, I can box again, I can train legs. Like, I'm still going to be sweet. I can go on hikes and stuff. I'm not going to be doing too much crazy shit.
I guess it's now getting rid of the mental scarring.
Exactly. No, that was horrific, man. That was horrific.
Well, Achilles is no joke. I've had a minor tear in my Achilles before. This was at our old place. We were starting to get ready for to sell, and we were like laying new grass and stuff. So I had the back gates open. A girl from 2 doors up was walking her little chihuahua down past our open gates, and my 2 dogs just fucking belted for this little chihuahua. Yeah. So she starts running down the street with her chihuahua. My dogs start chasing, and this is all loose soil at the time, still laying grass. So I start sprinting down, hit some sort of ditch, and end up tearing. It was only a minor tear in my Achilles.
Can I tell you? All I'm hearing, you go from Jackson shooting, 6'6", boxing, to your story,
Me chasing a fucking chihuahua about to be killed by my dog.
Can we go back to Jackson, please,
No,
mate?
it was a crazy.
No, but I'm saying the pain from that was incredible.
But
that was just a minor.
How drunk must have I been to not feel that when it happened?
Yeah.
Like, that was a crazy thing. And then, other than that started getting better. And then, boom, I got a fucking abscess infection in my tooth, which spread to my sinus, got it removed. And then it turned into nearly sepsis near the brain and all this bullshit. So I had an infection built in my head. 4 weeks of antibiotics didn't fix it. So I had to get a surgery to drain it and scrape it all out. And that's only been 2 weeks ago.
Can I tell you, from everything I've heard, that's probably the one that could have taken your life out of all of
100%,
really.
100%. Sepsis, is no joke. And getting abscess close to the brain is also fucking deadly, bro. Deadly. So, mate, even now I'm not 100%. Like, my brain cognition, a lot of brain fog, a lot of like mood swings, just weird. Like, it's even while the infection was at its peak, fuck me. I couldn't think. I couldn't focus. And my moods were up and down. I couldn't sleep sometimes. I was hot, cold. Yeah, it was.
Because deep down, you're an athlete, right? It sounds like from a very young age.
Yeah.
You've always been fitness conscious. Having had all of these things go wrong with you, and then obviously the painkillers that go with it, behind all that, you must know that you've got to get back to fitness, get your liver right, detox. That behind all of it, that's a driving force of yours.
Months and months and months of pain medications, antibiotics, anti-inflammatories. You know the damage that does to your guts, your kidneys, your liver, and everything. So it's going to be a bit of a journey to get myself back to 100%. It might be another few months, but I'm lucky, man. I'm blessed. I've been blessed with such a beautiful girlfriend. She cooks healthy food for me. She looks after me. She doesn't bring any like dramas into my life. She's my peace. It's the first girl I've dated that's brought me nothing but peace and happiness and good vibes, pure love. So
you did mention Dricus. I did want to ask. You two seem pretty close. How did you meet Dricus? We're talking about Dricus Duplessis. Is that how you say it?
You said
Dricus Duplessis?
Dricus Duplessis, yeah. Yeah, so I went to Dubai to get stem cells in my shoulder about 1.5, 2 years ago because I tore my labrum anyways. Just another fucking...
Oh, we're so close to 9 lives. It's ridiculous.
So I went to Dubai to meet with my friend Dr. Chris. He runs a few stem cell clinics. Absolute fucking gem of a human being, a legend. Anyways, he was there and goes, come out for dinner tonight. And with a few of my South African boys, you guys are literally the same people. This is the perfect introduction. You guys have to meet. Dricus wasn't there. Some of his best mates were there. We linked up and we ended up on like a 3-day bender, and they were the funniest dudes ever, like punching each other. We're all just fucking being so physical and violent and breaking watermelons on each other's heads and punching machines into each other. And it was a crazy few days. Anyway, after that, a few months goes by and one of the boys calls me, I've got some extra tickets. Like, I was about to go to Dubai. And he called me and said, "Oh, you've got to come to like Dricus' title fight. He's fighting Sean Strickland for the belt in Canada in a couple of weeks. Please, do you want to come?" I said, "Fuck yeah, fuck Dubai, I'll come there." And changed my flight from Dubai to Canada, a complete opposite direction. Went there and met a bunch of more of the boys and met Dricus, and then he won. And instantly we all just got along like a house on fire. They're all similar to me. We love a beer. We love to get crazy. Love good sense of humor. Just good people, man. Yeah, after I ended up going to South Africa with him when I was drunk, I booked a flight to South Africa because they kept egging me on to book a flight. Went over there and he had his belt tour around South Africa and heaps of parties and dinners and fun shit. We drank for about 12 weeks. That hunting trip where I tore my ankles in the middle
I think all of Australia cheered when they saw you pop up in a video. You're still black and blue from the fight, right? How the hell?
Yeah.
And sculleted beer. Man, he can down a beer.
Yeah.
I don't know how I've ended up in these situations, but yeah, he can fucking drink a beer. Anyways, we drank for about 12 weeks straight after his fight. That's when I fucked my ankle in the middle of that. The hunting trip was in the middle of that. Went to Cape Town, visited South Africa, by far one of the best countries I've ever been to. The people are so welcoming, supportive, friendly. They love to fucking drink. They love their rugby. They love to let you know that our rugby is shit, which is good banter. I'm all right with that. But beautiful country, beautiful people, and fuck, man, I got nothing but good things to say about South Africa. I went back again recently. Wasn't too easy. This time I was fucking dying with this infection, but still had a great time. Support one of my mates with his pro fights. He's now 4-0 or 3-0, all first round KO, so he's doing well. And yeah, man, then I went to Dricus' other fight in Sydney, then another one in Perth, and we've just kept the tradition going, just party crazy after and link up and filmed a few podcasts, filmed a few videos. It's been awesome, man. It's only been a couple of years, or a year and a half, 2 years of being friends with these boys, but they're like those guys that you meet early on.
Well, you look at him. He is, just in interviews, mate, how can you not be a fan of his, right? Because he's
looks
got
like such
a cool
a good
arrogance.
Yeah.
He's just a gentleman,
but he's just calm. You never see him getting angry at people, and you can't break him mentally. You'll learn like being his friend as well. Like they love to roast each other, like typical friends do. Roasting each other, having fun with each other, all these things.
And he doesn't have that fighting bullshit bravado,
He just like, he fought Rob Whittaker in Aussie, and everyone loves Rob and he respected Rob. Like he matches people's energy. He doesn't go to a press conference or an interview with the intention to go there and just talk shit on people and be disrespectful. He's like, if you're going to be friendly with me, I'll be just as friendly. But if you're going to try and fuck with me and say shit, I've done my research. I know what I'm saying back to you. I know how I'm going to break you. Like, and he made fucking Sean Strickland cry. He made Izzy very emotional. Like, I'm a fan of Izzy as well, so I'm not going to like say anything too bad about him. Like, he's also a legend, one of the best ever. Obviously, I just became friends with Dricus before that fight, so I'm going to side with Dricus, but it is what it is. And it's been such a cool like relationship with all those boys. They're all fucking legends. It's those people you meet and instantly it's like you've known each other forever. You just get along like real easy. So.
Has he got another fight coming up? Is anything been announced yet? Or?
It's not been announced and it hasn't been signed or anything. There's no date, no venue, no nothing. But he's pretty much confirmed he'll fight Hamzat next.
Okay, that'll be good.
Okay.
I don't even know where he's from anymore. He changes countries every 6 months. But
not that dissimilar to you, by the way.
Yeah.
You're going to have to write a book.
Yeah, I probably will write a book.
You're going to have to write a book one day because if you're going to have kids, or when you have kids, and they want to see what their dad got up to.
I'll see some crazy shit.
I'll just take it all down and just pretend you never did it.
They're going to be in the first chapter going, what?
All right. Well, I know you're on a time limit, so we're going to move on. And we've got a little segment we do. It's called What's the Story? We're going to jump on your Instagram and scroll down for a while until we find a photo that we
Sounds
like.
bloody cheeky.
And you just tell us the story behind it. All right. Let's go for a quick scroll here, hey? What do we got? There's a steak one. No, we'll keep moving back a little bit more before that, hey? Guys after one beer. Is there a story behind it, or is that more of a skit?
There is a funny story, but it's a funny video. I don't know if you can play it on the podcast or not, but it is funny. The noise is funny too whenever you hear that one.
I'll let it in with volume.
This is after Dricus' fight. We got back to the Airbnb and he's just like, just punch me. And I'm like, what? He's like, just punch me. I'm like, nah. He goes, jab me. I hit him a couple of times.
Who's this?
His name's SD. He's one of the South African fellas. He's also a pro boxer. He's Dricus' best mate. And he's also best mates with the fella that I wrestled when I fucked my ankle. They're all just good, close boys. They're all good crack, man.
It gets funnier the more you watch it.
And it's ridiculous. And then you watch the raw video and Lockie pans the camera after and goes, will that make like good content? I'm like, yeah, that'll make good content.
Yeah, that was perfect.
Oh fucking...
Jeez, he's a big unit, isn't he?
Mate, people don't realise how big he is in person too. This is still him after fight.
Are we talking about...
He gains a lot more weight after his fight this is only the day after, give it another week or two of the beers and food and that. He's a big fucking unit. couple of the Springbok
So
players.
this is after the Perth fights.
Yeah, there's some pretty legendary Springbok players in that picture there.
Oh, you watch him downing a beer, man. He can down a beer like no tomorrow.
I'm more of a marathon drinker. I rather drink slowly over like a week rather than.
Oh,
I can't do that. I don't understand how people scull beer, and that's just like a pour down your throat. There's no swallowing there.
You're a funny dude.
All right. Well, to wrap us up, we did ask for a bit of a Q&A, so we're going to run through a few questions for you. We'll skip through because I know you've probably only got 5 minutes left. All right. What do we got? We got Ronald Luther. If you had to survive in the bush with only three things from your house, what would they be? But why is one of them definitely a blow-up doll?
Definitely not a blow-up doll because you could just cut a hole in a tree and fuck it, and then you can just use your resources a bit better. I'd take a dumbbell, a brick, and a lighter.
And what are you using them for?
The lighter for warmth and fire,
Of course.
and to cook like an animal that I'll hunt. The brick would be
With a lighter?
Hang on, I want to know what the brick
No, you
is
make
for.
the fire with the lighter and you cook an animal
you
on
want
it.
a brick for?
A brick for a weapon,
Oh, okay. All right.
like smack,
a knife?
smack up a rat or something and cook it.
A knife.
What would
do
you
better.
when you go a gun?
Yeah, no, a gun's a bit. I feel like I'd probably get tempted to do these ones.
Oh, okay.
And last one was a ladder for what? Climbing, getting to the coconut?
No, dumbbell.
Oh, a dumbbell.
Dumbbell. Yes. Yes.
What's a dumbbell doing that a brick can't?
I've got to get my exercise in.
You could use a brick.
No, not
You
that.
I feel like you're wasting an item
Seeing
there.
the size of my arms, cunt. I need a dumbbell, not a brick.
Christian, why do you look like a gay porn star in this picture? That was a dress up from your Halloween party, wasn't
Very easy question to answer. Because I am a gay porn star. I got to look the part.
it? We've got some about the surgery. We've already covered
done
that.
that.
Joseph Pierce, when are all of you boys going to do a trip in America? Come stay a month or so and hit the West Coast, East Coast, North and South coasts.
That would be lovely.
We've done a few America trips. We've done one together too.
Yeah.
Any plans to go back there, or are you sticking around Australia for a bit?
I'll probably go back this time, this year at some point, maybe in their summer, so a couple of months' time. I'll go back just a week or two. I'll probably time it when there's a big boxing or UFC event on, and I want to hit a few areas over there to film. So,
do you think Australia will always be home? Because you were thinking of moving.
I was thinking
of
of moving. That was when I was in my last relationship, and I was exploring other options. I don't know, like
But even business-wise, doesn't it make sense to say be in America if you, you know?
it does if you want to kind of be in that showbiz world and chase that. It's not really part of my like long-term plans though. So I think Australia is a good place to be for that. You know, it's a beautiful country, Australia. Rather than the fact we're a little bit strict and a little bit uptight and it's going very wokey. Other than those few things, Australia is a very great country. You know, we've got it pretty good here. So yeah, Australia will be home.
Okay, well, Dean Whedon says, what's the best part of making any sort of content? Is there much planning involved?
Yeah, it depends. Sometimes there's a lot of planning, sometimes there's not. And funnily enough, I'm sure you've had this experience. Sometimes when you don't even plan things and just free, it just ends up being great.
Yeah, the best ones are the ones you think are going to go shit.
I've spent shitloads of time and prep and money and energy and waited ages to get things edited for it to flop and go crap. And then you're like, oh, fuck. And then you spend 5 minutes and fucking kick your mate in the balls and it goes viral.
Yeah.
It's like, it's crazy.
Well, it reminds me of a few years back now when the boys, they wrapped up my house at Christmas time. They were wrapping that up for 3 days. And then I think that video got about 4 million views. And then on Christmas morning, we did just a random video where it was like JJ's present, but we did a present within a present within a present.
Yeah, that was funny.
And then it just ended on just like, you know, the finger thing where if you look through that, you get punched.
Oh, yeah.
And so we just it was just a picture frame with that photo in it, and that got 40 million views. It was like 3 days of wrapping a house versus just
Crazy,
wrapping up the picture frame. And it's just, you just never know what's going to hit sometimes.
You'd have to
never
watch
know.
it all the way through too. What a pain.
Yeah. All right, let's do 2 more quickly. Who has been the favourite person you have ever collaborated with? Ashley Grieg.
Probably Kristen Hanby, just because we just get along so well. We've never had any issues or anything. He's just good vibes, easy to be around. There's never any dramas. Like
He's a dad now too,
yeah,
isn't
he's
he?
a dad. Yeah, he's awesome, man. And I mean, I've enjoyed working with everyone, whether there's people I'm not friends with or still friends with. I don't care. Like every single person I've worked with over the years is all just a pivotal, important part of my journey and their journey. So I've enjoyed working with everyone I've worked with.
Yeah. You know what, guys? We're going to wrap it up there. We're going to let you get out of here because you've got people coming to your place any second now. I think the live may have stuffed up in that last 15 minutes. So if you were on the live, sorry, guys. But thank you all for watching. Thank you so much, Jackson, for coming in. It's been great to see you again, mate.
Us, gents. It's been an absolute fucking pleasure.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That was awesome, bro.